When we examine the 66 books of the Bible, we can see many records of kings who fought on the battlefield. According to Romans chapter 15, everything that was written in the past was written to teach us who are alive today. Together, let us find out what we must learn from them. Let us see Joshua chapter 1, verse 1. It reads, "After the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord said to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' aide, 'Moses, my servant, is dead. Now then, you and all these people, get ready to cross the Jordan River into the land I'm about to give to them, to the Israelites. I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses. Your territory will extend from the desert to Lebanon, and from the great river, the Euphrates, all the Hittite country, to the great sea on the west. No one will be able to stand up against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Be strong and courageous, because you will lead these people to inherit the land I swore to their forefathers to give them. Be strong and very courageous. Be careful to obey all the law my servant Moses gave you. Do not turn from it to the right or to the left, that you may be successful wherever you go. Do not let this book of the law depart from your mouth. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you'll be prosperous and successful. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." As you see here in the book of Joshua, God is strengthening Joshua and the Israelite army to give them the promised land of Canaan, which is flowing with milk and honey. After this, they started their conquest to take over the land of Canaan, flowing with milk and honey. Let's turn to chapter 6, verse 1. It reads, "Now Jericho was tightly shut up because of the Israelites. No one went out, and no one came in. Then the Lord said to Joshua, 'See, I have delivered Jericho into your hands, along with its king and its fighting men.' Then, let us see what took place before they conquered the land of Jericho. Let us turn to chapter 5. Chapter 5, verse 10 reads, "On the evening of the 14th day of the month, while camped at Gilgal on the plains of Jericho, the Israelites celebrated." What did they celebrate? They celebrated the Passover. The day after the Passover, that very day, they ate some of the produce of the land, unleavened bread and roasted grain. The manna stopped the day after they ate this food from the land. There was no longer any manna for the Israelites, but that year they ate of the produce of Canaan. Now when Joshua was near Jericho, he looked up and saw a man standing in front of him with a drawn sword in his hand. Joshua went up to him and asked, "Are you for us or for our enemies?" "Neither," he replied, "but as commander of the army of the Lord, I have now come." Then Joshua fell face down to the ground in reverence and asked him, "What message does my Lord have for this servant?" The commander of the Lord's army replied, "Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy." And Joshua did so. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy. Doesn't this imply that God was present? That is why Joshua fell face down, in order to receive the instructions for the conquest. Let us turn to chapter 6, verse 3. "March around the city once with all the armed men. Do this for 6 days. Have 7 priests carry trumpets of ram's horns in front of the ark. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times, with the priests blowing the trumpets. When you hear them sound a long blast on the trumpets, have all the people give a loud shout. Then the wall of the city will collapse, and the people will go up, every man straight in. Joshua regarded God as the commander of the Israelite army, and himself only as a representative. Joshua was very wise. He believed that with God as the commander of the army, all the work of conquering will be accomplished graciously. Isn't this the way Jericho fell before the Israelites? We can see that victory or defeat do not depend on the size of the army. Many wars and battles appear in the Bible. But the question is, what can we learn from them today? Isn't this all teaching us that we should always regard God as the commander of our army in the spiritual battle of this age? When we proceed by carrying out all the teachings given to us as representatives of God, then what will be the end result of our battle? We will be victorious. Thank you very much.